Hey y'all, it's Krypton Critics. I'm here to review this movie, Bibleman Genesis, Conquering the Wrath of Rage. Now, this movie is off the walls, fucking retarded, and I love how stupid this movie is. There's so many scenes, especially, okay, if you don't know who Bibleman is, he started off in the 90s and came in, I think he ended around 2011, and he was a superhero towards a Christian kid demographic. So he exposes about a lot of Bible verses and how to help kids and fight personified forms of rage, sin, doubt, and very OG Power Ranger-esque type of style, but even more just what the fuck am I looking at? Like, one of the things that you may notice by looking at Bibleman's outfit right here is it's very reminiscent of Shaquille O'Neal as Steel back in 1997. It's just wholly bad. I mean, this is worse. That Steel's outfit in comparison it makes that outfit look like MCU Iron Man. This is really bad. It has like puffy foam abs popping out. It's bright yellow contrast with purple, and it looks so damn stupid, and I love it. Now, if you've been on my channel, you probably know I'm not a person of faith. I'm more of a man of, statistics and science. So is my dad. I'm not gonna knock you for believing in God or anything like that, but the way they present it, talking about Christianity in this is so, funny enough, very preachy, but also just they go lengths to. It seems like they sometimes go to lengths to contradict themselves and not give real answers to people's problems. Now, Bibleman frequently, in whether it's the show or it's movie, this is a movie version, it's only an hour long. He will help a kid that's having a problem that either takes him away from faith or makes him act like a dick to other kids or whatever. And this little kid, this black kid named Jordan, he lost his parents, and at one point he said that a drunk guy killed them. And I'm like, oh shit, Bowman got dark. God damn. Keep in mind, when I say this show is corny, it is corny. Now I'll get to it eventually, but this kid is like, drunk guy killed my family, and that's why I don't feel happy, and sometimes I get angry. And he's like, what kind of God would let that happen? And Bibleman, who is supposed to be the guy with the answers, contrary to Sway, he's supposed to have the answers, and he's like, well, I'm just a human. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be the fucking superhero. You're supposed to be like Captain fucking America, and you're supposed to really take the situation and put your stance and truth, justice, American way type of mentality, and you're just bitching out on this question so you can make it more vague and not have the writers work very hard to really combat this in an emotional way and draw in. Now, I say that, and I went to a long expose about that, but at the same time, is it funny? Yeah. Knowing that, obviously this is completely fictitious, all the ridiculous shit, it just makes it even more flavorful. It just, it's bad for you, but goddamn if it doesn't taste good, Now let's talk about the villain, El Furioso. I don't know why they gave him a Spanish version of the, his name, being the Furious. He is simultaneously the best thing about this film and the worst, because he is the most campy performance in this, and parts of it I fucking love. How scatterbrained and just woefully horrid this performance is, but I can't help to laugh. There are, like, towards the end of the movie, like, there were certain parts where I had like pause the movie and I went to go get a snack, and because this is not a captivating story at all, and I'll have like stop eating and pause and play because I'm like, did that just fucking happen? I'm like, yeah, it did. I'm like, and I'll just like start chuckling more and more, and I was thankfully surprised that it gets worse and more ridiculous and horrid as it continues. And when the credits were rolling, my face hurt. My cheeks and my forehead hurt from laughing so much, and I was like, one point it felt like I was like gasping for air, just like so freaking ridiculous. On the technical side, really bad, transitions to different scenes, very corny done, a lot of bad graphic, soft graphics. They don't do anything really too much because they're limited budget here, and they're not trying to get Oscars for best visual effects. That's for damn fucking sure. But yeah, bad transitions, reused shots, very lazy editing, really bad lighting, and tilted shots that just it doesn't affect the mood other than why. It's similar into the vein of Battlefield Earth. Like, why is there so many tilted shots? And like, I mean, it's not as gratuitous, and often that whole movie is comprised in that, but when they do it here, even sticks out more like sore thumb because it's not continuous. It's like in a few scenes when we see the villains, I guess it's because it's askew. That's a really bullshit explanation of doing that, just because they're bad guys. And these bad guys, their motivation is weak and undeveloped. They just want to make people angry, I guess because they're sadists and they want to see people in pain and hurt each other. I don't fucking know, but I laughed. I guess that's what they wanted me to do. Like, of course, you can take in what, not just in religious side, but just in human nature. Can you take away, the values of keeping anger and not attacking other people and not having revenge? But the way they teach in this is like waterboarding somebody. It's so overbearing, and you can't breathe. Well, I couldn't breathe because I was laughing so much at, like, just quick asides of people's faces to reaction, just like, I'm in the fucking film. But thank you for that, because you put a big smile on my face. Now, there are some lines I laugh at, which I know they're jokes, but I think it's funnier that the fact they even came up with that terrible line that makes it even funnier. It extends it to another extra line of hilarity. There's lightsabers in this. You know, there's no way to say it. Me as someone that enjoys film and also enjoys Star Wars, I see it from two perspectives. Now, I don't care if a film uses similar tropes or cliches or whatever. It's all about how you perform it and how it's presented. Like, in my eyes, nothing's new under the sun. The fact that we say things are original is just because we weren't exposed to whatever similarity it had to something else, or we don't recognize it. Especially in today where, millions of films have been made in the past, few decades. But that being said, they could take more cues from the editing from movies like original Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, where you get visceral and you really feel the weight of the battle and the emotion. But they're like, meh, meh, meh. Just like, what kind of bullshit is that? What is that? Because that ain't no real fucking lightsaber battles. This makes, all the lightsaber fights in the prequels look like fucking platinum. Not gold, fucking platinum. This is really lazy and just weak sauce. God. But I love it. I can't lie. This is a real guilty pleasure of mine. Now, Bibleman, his real name is Miles Peterson. In previous shows and movies, he had this sort of sassy black sidekick named Coates, because he wears coats. Why not? And at first I thought he died, but no, he just like left. And yeah, I would fucking leave too. It doesn't seem like he pays. He just seems like he has a bunch of hypocrisies and just, whines at you, saying you're not following the Bible right and that you need to not beat someone's ass, but you do. There's a real carrot, not seen. Well, how do I describe this? The big film, the film's main expose is that, don't give into anger and attack and cause violence. This movie is chock full of attacking because he makes someone angry. The villain makes someone angry. It's very contradictory and, very false sense of why are we doing this. But I love it. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but this fucking movie. You already know. We were told the lesson at the end, Bibleman, very much like in the Captain America, showing in Spider-Man Homecoming. He talks to the audience and tells us, the lessons. Very PSA type. And oh shit, El Furioso has a horribly entertaining but still cringeworthy song number. The biggest problem is it goes on for way too long. Like, it probably was like 4 or 5 minutes, but it feels like 8 or 9. It's so gratuitous and just ludicrous. He also has a fourth wall break, attempt to comedy. I don't know how to feel about that scene. It's bad. I can say that much. It's bad. This film I will give a completely ironic A, but just for someone that has respect for filmmaking, editing, acting, character motivations, characterization, this movie deserves a fucking E. Like, it's not quite F, because I've seen movies that have hurt me more when watching it. Of course, not physically, but I got this Salvation Army. Go figure. A very Christian thrift store would hold this. And even if you look through information in the DVD box, the prices for these films are way too high. It's only for if you are willing to pay for that laugh that like I had. But the quality you're buying, you should cut it like 75% of that price at least. But if you're able to find this, because you don't necessarily find this one, but if you find anything Bibleman film or TV, box set, VHS tapes, DVD, whatever, if you love, guilty pleasure, laughing at bullshit and just hammered in messages and just bad acting, I would suggest go getting it. If you find it on discount, definitely go get it, because if you're someone like me, you will have a fucking blast with how just it's downright magical. How I know I said stupid a lot, but it definitely applies to this. As part of the Crypto and Critics, I love you.